This is Bethsaida, little tiny fishing village located near the Sea of Galilee. If this village were operational today and you were to drive into it, you'd probably see a sign saying Bethsaida, hometown of Peter, Andrew, and Philip. Maybe even James and John, because it's small backwater fishing villages like this where most of the disciples grew up. Now, while Jesus spent time here and did some of his most important miracles in Bethsaida, it's interesting to note that the disciples did not stay here. Jesus called them to follow him. The good news was far too good to be locked into a village like this. And so Jesus traveled. He was an itinerant, 150 miles north and south in this region, 50 miles east and west, and all on foot. Actually, on a good day, you might have gotten a donkey ride. So the challenge that Christ had was, how do you take boys who grew up in a fishing village and make them sophisticated cultural engagers to the societies of this world? Well, you take them out of town. And so they traveled with him. And after he was resurrected, he gathered them together and said, and gave them a charge. He said to them, after the Holy Spirit's come upon you, you shall be witnesses to me in Judea. That would be their hometowns, and Samaria, and actually onto the uttermost parts of the earth. The gospel was far too good news to keep it contained. All the earth would hear of Jesus, and these disciples would take it there. And so they went. Philip from Bethsaida to eastern Turkey, where he died as a martyr. Peter to Rome, crucified upside down because he was unworthy, he felt, to be crucified as his Lord was. Andrew became the patron saint of Istanbul, then Constantinople. James went to Spain, Thomas to India, John to Ephesus. Well, all of that to say is that the gospel really traveled because there were some that knew that everybody in the world needed to hear this message. I wonder if we've forgotten that. We tend to cloister the good news in the walls of our churches, kind of tell people around us, come on in here and we'll tell you about Jesus. That was never Christ's plan. His plan was that we would take the good news that he's given to us and move out into our towns, into our villages, beyond our own borders. The good news was intended to be a traveling enterprise. That's what changed this world for him.